You're now live with the Prodigious, the prominent professor at Proclamation News and Gatherence. I just want to say I'm overwhelmed that I'm here. Some of you might not have made it today because of the bank holiday shenanigans. I mean, I'm not going to dig you out, but was it all worth it? You wake up in the morning with a hangover. Was it all worth it, really? Anyway, hope everyone's safe and not sorry. No one's injured, no one's hurt. Do you know what? There's not many incidents in the Essex constituency this morning. Coincidence. I've just had a little browse through, which it's quite ironic. But anyway, it's getting back to normality, getting back to the working week as of tomorrow. So we need to think about making that change. You want to better your prosperity. You want to be prosperous. Prosperity matters. You want to incline, not decline. You want to work on that progression. You want to do more for God today than you did yesterday. Tomorrow, you want to do more for God tomorrow than you did today. Always working on that progression. Changing your new ambitions in life, new aspirations. You need a clear vision. Getting drunk on a weekend, you're going to feel a bit worse for wear on a Monday morning when you walk into the office. You want that promotion in your job. You're not going to get it because you keep letting yourself down with the weekend shenanigans. Hello, Supercell. Good morning. Hope you're well, lovely. We've got my Christianity Authoritarian ways today. I'm going to try and engage the audience a little as much as I can, but once I get into the actual scripture of the normal theological, thoughtful process, outlining, for instance, I've got a few speeches I want to speak about my Christianity ways as well. I don't know if everyone's religious or they've got different spiritual, cultural backgrounds. Ethos is a word. Fiducia Katum Bakam means the world is one big family. So I'm not fascist. I'm not xenophobia. I support the world. I know where I got my clothes from. I know where I got my mobile phone from. I know where I got my desktop from. And I know where my food comes from. Globalization is here. It's amongst us. We just got to get on with one another. I don't know why this has not been bred through children throughout school, because the hatred throughout society in sport, in classes, because you've got a little Chinese kid. Oh, we're English, he's Chinese. Let's pick on Chinese kid. Stupidity of the humanities throughout the years of growing up that I've seen. My mum's Caribbean, so I had a bit of stick, but that's what made me strong. That's made me realised who I am today, to accept all humanity. If you've got something good to bring to the table of success, you're a good human citizen. Simple as that. If you're etiquette in style and pragmatic percent, that's the only two antidotes you need to walk in the world of humanities. So I'll say thank you for coming. For one of my long life friends, Super Sale on Castbox. I've known her since I ever started Castbox. Probably about 2-3 years ago, was it, Super Sale? Yes, we do need good in the world. We need good preachers like ourselves and spreading the word of Fiducia Katum Bakam. It's that word is a Hindu word. It means the world is one big family. And that's what we need to spread, love, not hate, These wars and stuff, I don't know. We don't know the ins and outs of what's going on behind these wars. Obviously, we hear on the news it's terrorists amongst Afghanistan's. We don't know what it's all about. We don't know. All we read is what's in black and white. But what happens behind the lines of the enemy, we don't know. We don't know if we are the enemy just causing trouble to money. We don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that we are. I'm not saying that it could be, but we don't know. We are just critics trying to understand what's going on in black and white, in the journalism, in the broadsheet, in the tabloid newspapers. We don't know what is actually going on behind the scripture. Because I could write a story, but it's going to be biased because I've read it. I can say I'm the best thing since sliced bread, but everyone's got cracks. Everyone's got cracks. You see right through them. All the politicians, they've done their time, they've done their integrity in university, which I'm still doing, but they still got that life of purgatory. A trail that always leaves behind. Maybe your first ever ex-girlfriend. You told her to F off out the front door. And that always come back to bite your backside no matter what. We call them people leeches in life. Don't let go of whatever it was, you know. But sometimes you've got to move on with life. That's the war of Christianity. Forgive and forget. Love thy neighbour like you'd love yourself, regardless of X, Y, or Z. Thank you, Super Self. Lovely having you. Hope have you seen Jenny or anyone? How's Jenny? How's I can't think of everyone's name now. I've seen a couple of people come in every now and then, but I haven't really had much time to stop and speak. But now I can. Now I know you're here, because usually I'm on my Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all at once, which I am now. But I've got my headphones in, so I can see who's in my live on Castbox. Ladies and gents, if you're thinking about starting a new business up or making your safety of your family paramount around your house, worried about break-ins, if you've got a lot of equity, which your family should be part of your equity, really, your safety. I have to follow on Facebook. I haven't got a Facebook. I've got a new one. I don't think I've got one there. We are proudly sponsored by PSS Alarms. We're not actually paid by PSS Alarms, but they looked after me and I owe them a favour, so I'll give them a shout out over the internet. It's very ethical and pragmatic works carried out. All areas covered, including central station monitoring provided. All work done according to insurance requirements. This is a friend of mine's company. He's carried out works in Harry Kane's stepmother's house in Hertfordshire, Potters Bar. Harry Kane, if someone you don't know, he's England's football captain. The house we worked at was absolutely massive. A mansion in Potters Bar. Potters Bar is a expensive place to live. He's carried out etiquette works such as Casbah restaurant. I think there was a Casbah restaurant in Ilford as well, I believe, and many more big businesses. Get a pen and paper ready. Installation and maintenance of True Line, Fire Alarm, CCTV, all work guaranteed and certified to SSARB standard. 24-hour call-out service. Can provide CCTV for pubs, clubs, or restaurants. Set up. Secure your business. Mention Professor Johnson for X to get discount. Secure your home. Secure your business. Secure your safety and your priorities in your business are paramount. So think safety, think first. Secure your equity. Here's 11 numbers. I'll give you the first 6 digits if you've got a pen or your phone ready. 07908. This is only if you're in England, unless you can accommodate them for, and possibly probably want travel expenses as well, I suppose, when I'm going abroad. 07908 216 142. It's an English code, so +44 instead of 07, +44 07908 216 142, +44 07908 216 142. I'll speak to Sarah Khan. If you're looking at getting healthy, you want to start a healthy lifestyle, you're sick of the saturated fats. If you're gluten intolerant with all the did I? Oh, excellent. Did you follow me, Subcell? I'll have to get your Facebook again off you before I finish the show. If you're thinking about changing your lifestyle, you want to get healthy, maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you want to stop just cutting out chocolate, cutting out bread, like starch, all starchy foods like white pasta, white rice, white bread. That's all the stuff that's gonna help. It's not good for your body. Makes you bloated. Makes your stomach swell. You want brown rice. Long grain rice ain't too bad, but I highly recommend brown rice, dark pasta, brown bread. And when you do like spaghetti bolognese, or you do an Indian curry, try not to use the sauces. Use you get like herbs and spices. I've got a madras powder. I'd put that in with king prawns and chilies, onions. You still get the full flavour, and it's not as fatty because you haven't got all the fatty yogurt. You ain't got all the extra sauce. That's all cholesterol that's going in your body, blocking up your arteries, putting stress on your heart. I'm not trying. You've got to tell you guys to live your lifestyle. Each to own devices. Some people just enjoy food. It's up to each person. But if you do want to better your health, I'm not saying better your aspirations, because you can still do a lot of things if be on a bigger side. My dad's got heart trouble, so he's got to go for a heart operation. That's the only reason I'm giving out this guidance. So the company's called relax-uk.com. Relax UK Limited, health, travel and wellness products since 1997. UK relaxation shop selling various ranges of products from relaxation, travel, wellbeing, biofeedback, sleeping and natural products. That's not a good superstar. Yeah, like I said, I was only giving it out because my dad's struggling in his later age, and last thing you want to lose your parents. And I just, but he's loved it. He's loved how he is. He's always loved his life. He's been a bubbly person. He's funny, and you know what? He still goes about his day and lives a happy life. So, like I say, if you're happy in your lifestyle, that's it's your up to each person. But I know there's some people that are trying or they want to, and I'm just giving the guidance out. It's not when I say it, it's just literally because my dad is struggling to breathe, and my mum needs him about, my brother needs him about, my sister needs him about, I need him about, and I'm pretty sure his grandchildren would be happy to have him around as well. So before moving on, guys, I want to give you, as it's my Christianity authoritarian ways, I'll give some verses out of the Bible that might, incline with your lifestyle. Romans 12.2. Yeah, that's good, Supercell. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. The Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Basically saying you should always think, stay positive. Think about things that are going to do you good in life, rather than think about all the negative things that bring you down with like an anxiety, isn't it? Like depression. Philippians 4:6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give up hope and a future. Matthew 6:33. Well, there's only 5 more to go through. It's only 10. I'm just giving you 10. Some of the 10 top phrases that I believe that are good out of the Bible. Matthew 6:33. But seek from his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Philippians 4:7. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Jesus Christ. The Proverbs 3:5. Number 7. Trust in the Lord with all the heart and lean not on your own understanding. Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Matthew 6:11. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. The last but not least, the Proverbs. In all your ways, submit to him, and he'll make your paths straight. So basically, it's saying rebuke all your sins, put them behind, put them in your past life, move forward. We have that life of purgatory, you have that chance to turn your life around, gain that prosperity. I hope you're with me on that. I hope you're enjoying it. And before we enter the road incidents, because I'm giving out the UK road incidents, I know you guys from all over the world. Some of you might not have to get car insurance or tax because of where you live in the world. But in England, we have to make sure our car's taxed, make sure it's MOT'd. MOT means it's roadworthy. You get an MOT check. That's what it is. Insurance is to get your car insured in case of a car incident or car accident. Car tax, car MOT'd, and car insured. The car tax is to let the people that own the roads, that's roadworthy, to go on the road, and you're insured. I think you get a tax for like 6 months to 12 months at a time. There you go. So yeah, make sure you got your tax, MOT, insurance. Check your water coolant tank, your engine oil, make sure they're topped up to maximum level. Make sure you and passengers have seatbelts adapters adjacent to the car seat, and babies have their baby seat adjacent to the car seat with a seatbelt adapted to the car seat to plug in. You've got to make sure you've all got seatbelt before you drive. Make sure you've got a sufficient amount of fuel. You get planning your destination to A to B. You know it's a 25-mile trip, or 25 miles there, 25 miles back. I don't know what's 10 gallons. Say 10 gallons is 50 miles. Just a hazard guess. Well, you've only allowed enough fuel to get a round trip from A to B, but you haven't thought about the incidents, the roadworks, the congestion, the road closure, the lane closed, or the weather incidents. So the road could be congested or the road could be blocked. You need to put that extra sufficient fuel on board so you don't get stuck, you don't break down, you don't cause more trouble on the roads. Our police, our NHS, our fire brigade, people don't think about the fire brigade incident, but fire brigade have to cut mothers, babies, fathers, young boys out of cars. They probably don't get enough praise as they should. We always talk about the police, the NHS, the hard work they do, but the fire brigade have to probably do the worst job. They've got to try and cut a baby out of the car without cutting the baby's head off or the baby's leg off. But you've got to be, imagine trying to cut a baby out of a car incident. You can see all his leg and his neck all tangled up, like it could be broken, but the car's been squashed by a lorry or turned over in a ditch. They're then cutting that baby out, hoping that his neck or his spine or something is broken or his heart's hanging out. They're trying to cut the roof of the car out just to get a baby in, or the mother and the father, or even a young lad out of the car. It's a big job they got to do. So it's like it's a surgeon, isn't it? They're special job. They got to cut just enough with a disc cutter. A disc cutter could easily pierce someone's skin and lose all their blood. They've got to be very, very vigilant with cutting. I tried to get in the Royal Marines, trying to get in the fire brigade. Imagine my hands are so weak. If I wouldn't be able to feel the disc cutter, how far I've gone in, because my hands are totally obliterated because of secondary Raynaud's disease. I was gutted as a kid not getting in the Royal Marines. Done it when I was 16. Tried to get in the fire brigade when I was 21, and then again when I was about 30 something. But I don't know if they just knew my medical background, or I don't know. But I didn't get in. But it's probably in a good sense I didn't get in because of that purpose. But I did try. I tried my hardest to keep working, to keep on. But I'm in university now. I might be speaker. Who knows? Could be a speaker of the Commons, speaker of Parliament. Who knows? Just got to keep my head down, keep my straight now, and see what's ahead of us. Anyway, yeah. While driving, before you turn into safe, sufficient directional choice, check your centre mirror, wing mirror before turning, because you could have a car overtaken. You could have a motorcyclist. If you're coming to a stop, you could have pedestrians as well. So it's always important to look in the centre mirror and wing mirror before turning, acting into a safe, sufficient directional choice. At a zebra crossing or toucan cross, pelican crossing, I think it's called as well. Make sure the pedestrians have got straight across the road before takeoff, because you could run them over. Anyway, in Essex, Stanway, we have one incident. We had loads of music festivals on around culture and Clacton, Tendring, them sort of areas. And there's no incidents in that sort of area, just past Colchester, which I was quite surprised. A12, very slow traffic on the A12, London Road, southbound from junction 29 to A120. Crown Interchange, junction 25, A120, Marks Day. This was reported at 11:13 a.m. In Suffolk, Ipswich. This is in England, it's called a constituency. In Canada, in America, it's called a state province, but also known as counties in England. Constituency is a county, basically, like a borough county. A14, got Suffolk. Obstruction on road, slow traffic, report of slow traffic due to obstruction on the road. On A14, westbound to junction 56, A137, Worsted interchange to junction 55, A12, Copdock interchange. It's reported at 7 minutes past 11. Chelmsford, still in Essex, slow traffic, A12 northbound from junction 15, A14, 3 Mill Hill to junction 19, A130, Colchester Road, Boreham interchange. This reported at 11:15 as well. A little couple of instances around London, and we're going to get on the show. Or one actually we're going to do. The A3 Newington Butts, partially blocked, oil spillage, heavy traffic on detour and operation, partially blocked and heavy traffic due to oil spillage on A3 Newington Butts, northbound around A201, Elephant and Castle, detour and operation. 9 bus routes are being diverted. To tourists coming to England, that is a big landmark, Elephant and Castle, 9:37 reported. Anyone that's thinking about coming to England, everyone wants to go to London. Elephant and Castle is a big tourist attraction in London, as well as you got Parliament, you got Buckinghamshire Palace, but Elephant Castle is a big landmark in London. Just so you know, from you people from overseas that you might think, oh, I like the sound of London. I like the sound of Proclamation News and Gatherence. Like it, it sounds like a nice person. It sounds like nice folk. Not everyone is a nice folk over here, but same as anywhere you go. But it's London. If you go there for a tourist attraction, I highly recommend it. Even where I live, it's the oldest recorded town in England, which is, we've got a cathedral, so it is technically a city, but it's the oldest recorded town in England. It's a Roman-built town centre. We've got Colchester Castle. It's quite a lot here. We've got the Army Barracks. It's quite a lot in Colchester, where I am, my constituency. But if you're thinking about a tourist attraction, I highly recommend London. Colchester's a nice place in a centre, in a town, city centre, whatever you want to call it. It's not a massive town centre, but especially if you're coming from the likes of America, our town centre is probably like one of your smallest state provinces, I reckon. Anyway, before I'll just quickly read this out, and I'll quickly have a short break, and I'll get back, and hopefully I can catch up with once I finish the show, I'll hopefully catch up with Supercell and a few others. First Minister Nicola Sturgeon tests negative for COVID-19, which is good. I like Nicola Sturgeon. I like SNP. I feel like I talk about Nicola Sturgeon quite a lot. I feel like she's my second wife. Although I'm not married to her, and I probably wouldn't actually marry her in reality, but she probably wouldn't marry me. She's married already, but I'm just saying. But the way I keep talking about her, anyone would think that's my second wife. I was married once and we are separated, just so you know. Scotland's First Minister has tested negative for the COVID-19 after being notified that she had been in close contact with someone with the virus. Nicola Sturgeon had gone into self-isolation on Sunday after being contact traced by NHS Test and Protect. However, she has now said that her own PCR test has come back negative, meaning she no longer needs to isolate, and she had 2 doses of the vaccine. The news came as Scotland hit through the high COVID case numbers at the weekend. National Clinical Director Professor Jason Leach told the BBC that Miss Sturgeon was well and did not have no symptoms. In a tweet posted on Sunday, First Minister said she had been identified as a close contact of someone who is positive for COVID. She said to be self-isolating pending her PCR test result, in line with the rules, and thanked the NHS Test and Protected staff. And in a further tweet on Monday morning, Ms Sturgeon said she was relieved to report that the PCR test is negative. Under Scotland's COVID rules, she's able to exit quarantine as she had her second dose of vaccine more than 2 weeks ago. However, the SNP leader said she would continue to regularly take the lateral flow test as an added precaution and encourage others to likewise. Relieved to the report that my PR test is negative, coupled with the fact I'm doubled with the vaccination. With second dose more than 2 weeks ago, that means I no longer need to isolate. I'll still be doing regular LFD tests as added precaution and encourage everyone else to do so likewise. I've got the rapid test kit as well. I've had one. I went to a friend of mine in Sussex and I had to have the test because I was going to visit my family. I wanted to make sure I am, I'm cured from COVID. I've really got to be very, very strict on myself. I'm going back to uni next month on the 2nd, which I'm doing it from home as always. But I don't want to get ill because that can put me off my study. The news that Miss Sturgeon was isolating come on the day that Scotland recorded a new record number of daily COVID cases. The figure of 7,113 topped the previous high of 6,835, which was recorded on Friday. The number of hospital patients rose to a total of 507, with 52 in intensive care. Ms Sturgeon said it was reassuring that vaccines are preventing the levels of serious harms that case numbers like this would have caused. The First Minister is likely to have a statement to SNPs later in the week about the current state of the pandemic, as well as setting out the terms of her government's power sharing deal with the Scottish Greens. Last week, she said the sharp rise in cases would cause for concern, but the Scottish Government was not considering the introduction of a circuit breaker lockdown. She stressed the importance of everyone playing their part in halting the spread of the virus. She had said that the government cannot rule out the reintroduction of some curbs if needed, but that no one wants to go backwards to even limit restrictions. That's what I fear. Our numbers in Florida are the highest in the US. My goodness. I thought you was in Canada, Supercell. Whereabouts are you in US? Do you know what? I've got so many good friends in the US now, Supercell. I'll do other stuff off of this application because I've always looked after my mental health and well-being as best as possibly can, and I've got a lot of friends I've been making. Just because I was quite I was quite athletic. I've got quite a few friends in America. I'll put it this way: I've got some friends in New York, friends in I think Miami. Miami. I do need to visit. Really need to come and visit the US. It'd be nice to see you at some point as well, Supercell. If I took a tour, US tour, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Government plans to lift football standing ban. Plans to lift the ban on standing in the English Premier League and Championships are set to be announced by the government, the BBC has learned. It is thought a handful of grounds will be able to use designated safe standing areas before the end of the season. It'd mean for the first time in over 25 years, fans of some top 5 football clubs could be legally allowed to stand and watch their team play. An official announcement is expected as soon as next month. Chairman of Football Supporters Association, Malcolm Clark, said it was a welcome development, that it would benefit all fans. He added that people want to stand and should be able to do so in safety. Those who want to sit should be able to do so without having their view blocked. Since 1994, the first and second tier grounds in England and Wales have been required to be all-seaters by law. However, thousands of supporters continue to stand throughout matches. This is because of the COVID. I suppose they feel like they can get more fresh air by standing up. That's what I believe. Vaccine passports, we do what to fly and stuff. Yeah, we have to do a PCR test to show that we're negative. We have to do a separate thing. And I think you have to, show that you've had your jab as well, I believe. However, thousands of supporters continued to stand throughout matches. In their 2019 general election manifesto, the Conservatives promised to work towards the introduction of safe standing areas, which had been embraced in the German Bangladesh Liga, as well as in Scotland, where around 3,000 Celtic fans will be allowed to make use of safe standing sections since 2016. Not for flying for general activities. Yeah, we have to, like if you go into a restaurant or something like that, where you sit down in a restaurant or you go to maybe like swimming, I suppose, yeah, you have to do like, you have to sign your name, sign your phone number. It's like a track and trace thing. Yes, it is basically like a vaccine passport, so they know that you've been vaccinated and they know you've been testing yourself for COVID or whatever. Now the BBC understand ministers will instruct the Regulatory Sports Ground Safety Authority, SGSA, to choose early adapters for their trials. Yeah, it's crazy. But some people still haven't had their vaccine. I think my sister hasn't had hers yet, I don't think. And while they're keen to proceed with caution, if the initial trials prove successful, the expectation is legislation would be widened out to cover all stadiums in England, top two divisions within the next few years. A spokesperson for the Sports Ground Safety Authority said, "We are working closely with the government on planning the next step for implementing this manifesto commitment." Yeah, it's strange. I mean, all my family have had it, bar my sister. My mum's had it, my dad's had it, my brother's had it, I've had it. My sister, everyone's got their own opinion, and she's older than me, so she has a right to have her opinion. The way I agree with it and the way she agrees with it is two different kettle of fish. I agree with her. She should have it by all means to protect not just the safety of her, safety of all her family and our family that we got together. But we can't argue. You can't argue the case with her. Yeah. I don't go out to eat. Yeah, I don't go out to eat Supercell. Like I say, since you know me, my circle of friends has only been social media. I don't. I've got old school friends. I talk to them on Facebook and whatever. But yeah, since I've got myself into university, even when I didn't first start Castbox, I was I was shooting in the dark. I was speaking about same sort of things I'm speaking about now, but I've got more confident. I'm growing with confidence about what I want to speak about and trying to give people new aspirations as well. Having a hobby in life, what you like doing. I've always liked media studies, so talking about the broadsheet newspapers, the tabloids, and trying to emphasise what's going on, trying to bring people to an interest as well. Kira, nice to see you. Nice to see you, Kira. Supercell's in the building. I don't know if you met Supercell. She's a long-time friend as well. Nice to see you, Kira. Lovely to have you on board. I'll give you a follow, Kira. I haven't followed you before. I haven't followed. That's strange. Yeah, so moving forward, both Labour and Liberal Democrats also went into last election with a pledge to update the legislation that was introduced in the wake of the Hillsborough disaster in 1989, which led to the deaths of 97 Liverpool fans. As a result, the relatives of the Hillsborough victims have had long-term concerns about standing football grounds, but Margaret Aspinall, whose son died as a result of the Hillsborough, now accepts the arguments for a change in legislation. She said, "People's opinions have changed. You've got to move forward with the times." Supercell, I want to make this a bit more interesting. I mean, if I've got more American people involved, I want to try and give me some good social media, American newspapers. I can start learning about American. Is it the Senate and the patriotic Americans? Oh, not sure if you heard the news, but cane toads are apparently starting to eat their own kind. Never heard that before. That is strange old news. Cane toads are apparently starting to eat their own. Imagine if humans started to eat their own. I'm pretty sure there has been some. They're Hannibal Lecter, eating his own kids. Imagine that. In anticipation of the change in the legislation, Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, and Chelsea have been installed rail seating over the summer. The clubs have been all identified by the SGASA as having a problem with persistent standing. The new seats are incorporated in a waist high rail for the supporters behind to lean on. Imagine if you had children and all of a sudden you had a public austerity, you had no money. Whatever you've done, you're so weak to go and get any money. You lost your passport, you lost, you lost your birth certificate, you lost all your information. So you couldn't get help from the government. So the only thing you could eat is either, natural resources like grass. You go and find a field, you find grass, leaves, maybe rabbits. You can kill a rabbit and eat a rabbit, but would you have the guts to eat a rabbit? If you're then the next thing you got is your children. You're starving, you're stuck in your house. You get so weak that you can't even get out. Would you eat your own children in the end? Imagine it. You see these starving Africans, starving Africans. They're sitting there waiting for water, waiting for a lorry to come to the site. They sit by the side of the road waiting for days, maybe months, waiting for a lorry of water to turn up because there's water. They haven't got no money. They're homeless. They live in a man-made tent by probably a bit of sheet, probably made by a bit of sheet amongst 4 sticks, 4 trees perhaps. What happens is that they have a pet dog. The pet dog dies of starvation first, then the babies, and then the mothers. You see it on the news all the time. It's horrible, absolutely horrible. But they do. They try and sit by the roadside in the desert, waiting for a lorry to bring them water, and not always do they turn up. Must be a devastating way to die. My dog and the cats look I love you guys. Bring content to the show. It makes it so much better. That's what I miss, having interaction with you guys on Castbox. I need to, do you know what? I need to try a podcast, but I do prefer. I've been on Castbox so long. I'm very, very loyal occupant. I enjoy Castbox. I don't really want to switch over. I've got such a good friend from so far back. I've seen Sal a couple of times this year. But I mean, we used to be like me, Supercell, Jen. I remember you, Kira, as well, don't worry. But I mean, me, Supercell, Jen, we used to be really tight. We used to be at the same show every day. And what's the other guy again from New York? I forgot his name now. I met him when I first started on Castbox. He's always talking about the zombies and crazy stuff. Drama, that's it. I like his, he knows what he's talking about. He's talking about evolution, all kinds of stuff. I'm not quite sure, where he's going with it, but he knows what he's talking about. That's what I do know. Has he been about lately, Sal? Mum had to leave a 10-year-old daughter behind on family holiday after passport mix-up. Samantha O'Connor says 3,500 luxury breaks was ruined by the stress over paperwork. Oh, yeah, he's probably working, or he might be elected as president in New York or something. You never know. A mother was forced to fly out on all-inclusive 3.5k luxury holiday without a 10-year-old daughter after a passport mix-up. Samantha O'Connor from Dublin has booked the 2-week break, family's first trip away together for 2 years, without realising that time was trickling down on her little girl's documentation. I've set up a I set up a art page, Supercell. I haven't got my new stuff on there yet, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put it on Castbox for you to have a little look. But I'm gonna upload once I get all my new stuff on there. I'll let you know. You can, if you do want to buy any artwork for your house, Oh, okay, so you have a lovely bank holiday. I'll put the thing up now for you quickly before you go. I'm just gonna quickly do it now before you go quickly. This is all my old work on this Supercell, but well, I say old. Some of it's new. You should have a little scroll down, have a little read as well. It's quite a big web page I made. There we go. I'll put it in a chat for you now. There we go. Yeah, that's my web page. When you sit down, give yourself an hour, have a little scroll for, have a little read. I'll put a little bit about my biography. I'll put all my latest paintings on there shortly. I've got a friend come over and I'm gonna put it on e-commerce so you can, if people want to buy my work, they can, and I'll deliver it. I'll just check out international flights. Thanks, Supercell. Yeah, you don't have to look at it now. Later on, when you've got a bit of time, whatever, have a little scroll through your desktop, your laptop. A mother's forced to fly out an all-inclusive 3,500 luxury holiday with her 10-year-old daughter after a passport mix-up. Samantha O'Connor from Dublin had booked a 2-week break. The family's first trip was together for 2 years, without realising that time was ticking down on her little girl's documentation. Her daughter Eileen's passport was due to run out just days before the holiday, but despite huge efforts to sort the paperwork out in time, she was left at home. Samantha even contacted local politicians to speed the process along, hoping they could help get to travel documents sorted. Have a wonderful day, Supercell. Thank you for saving my link. Let me know what you think. Have a little butchers later. Some really good stuff on there, and some of it's just, some artwork. You just throw it together, get it over and done with. I have days like that where I just want to get something done in quick time. Samantha even contacted local politicians to speed process along, hoping they'd help her get travel documents sorted. She's told Dublin Live, "We were making sure we had everything sorted when we realised the child's passport has expired. It was a renewal. It's not like she hasn't had a passport. She had 2 passports previously. I couldn't put my holiday forward because I had to give her 5 working days to do that." Samantha said she had to leave young Ellen with her aunt due to having her other options. However, Ellen and her dad managed to get a later flight once the passport arrived, and they met the others a week later in Greece. But Samantha said the family holiday was ruined by the stress of worrying whether it would arrive in time. "I flew out with my daughter here on Saturday," Samantha told Dublin Live, "from Columbia on the Greek island of Rhodes. My husband could follow us out with her on the second week, but the whole first week of the holiday we went sitting by the phone waiting and checking emails." Samantha, they couldn't have cancelled the £3,500 holiday as the cash wouldn't be lost. The youngster was distraught that she missed out such a large chunk of the holiday, Samantha said. "I had to leave my 10-year-old, my sister, because we paid for €4,000, which is £3,500 for this holiday," she said. "We went all inclusive. It's our first holiday in 2 years, and it would never happened for her. She was devastated at the beginning. I was devastated and inconsolable, even going out on a flight because of the thoughts of leaving her behind." Imagine that. Book on a holiday and worry that your child can't go because the passport ain't turning time, when the passport people said it's going to be here by this time. The mum said due to working a lot during the pandemic, she had little quality time to spend with her children. This holiday was a way of doing something together as a family again, she said. You'd hope they'd give her money back, wouldn't you? A spokesman of the Department of Foreign Affairs told the Dublin Live, "The turnaround of time and applications such as child renewals and first-time applicants begins only when we receive all required supporting documentation. When an application is correctly completed and all documentation has been received, the Passport Service is making every effort to issue passports as quickly as possible." Because kids took passport in the last 5 years. That's the annoying thing. I know kids change a lot, but when you've got a 10-year passport, you book a holiday, if you're not thinking about your kid's passport by now, you know, going to run out before your one, you don't get to think, do you? This comes just after people who still have their old style burgundy red passport were warned to change that could leave them unable to travel. Since Brexit, a blue passport has started being issued with the letter in British passport and without any reference to EU. Thousands of people have still been able to use their red passport, however, if they're in date. But due to change in the rules around expiry dates, passports are only new and valid for 10 years exactly. Additional months are no longer valid. Almost 70 drivers found speeding on 30-mile-per-hour Essex Road in one day. I always say think safely, think first, check for speed cameras, you know, further police instructions, and check your speed. Why do you need to do excessive amount of speed in a 30-mile-per-hour zone? Almost 70 people found speed on Essex Road in a residential area in one day. Community speed officers and safe at Essex Road monitoring London Road, Benfleet on Thursday, the 26th. They reported 67 people were speeding on 30-mile-per-hour. While adding the most drivers kept to the speed limit, a photo was attached to an Audi, which had hit 49 along the road. In a tweet on Thursday, August 26th, Safe at Essex Road said, out in London Road, Benfleet, today with Trooping. Absolute nutters, isn't they? Absolute nutters. Think safety, think first, or do whatever you want. It's ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous. Why are they driving at horrific speeds? I do not know. Ladies and gents, I'm going to say thank you, God bless, and speak soon. I really am overwhelmed with my listeners. Samir says, you call me a nitty love. Dear G. Rashid, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming, dear G. Rashid. Appreciate it. I did not call you a nitty love. You are a wonderful lady for supporting the show. I don't even really know your name, but if that is your real name or not, I don't know. But lovely to have you come through. Thank you for being preserved and both observed. You are part of the aristocracy social elite. Can you see my wonderful painting behind me? That is a gigantic painting in a picture frame. That will be going for a couple of £100, I reckon. I don't know. But anyway, I will say thank you. God bless. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your bank holiday. Everyone's back to normal tomorrow. Obviously, I'm hard at it most days. Yesterday, I was cooking a ready-made roast dinner for my family. When I say ready-made, I didn't have to chop any veg. It was all done for me. That's what I mean. Potatoes are ones you just chuck in the oven. I'm trying to help my mum out. I was trying to help my mum out yesterday, so that's what I did. I just want to say take care, God bless, enjoy the rest of your bank holiday. Speak soon. One love.